Have you ever been in that situation, where you meet someone for the first time and you really want to make a good impression,
Yeah.
but you're not quite sure how to pull it off? You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Like you want to come across as likable and interesting right from the start.
Exactly. And it's funny because there's actually a ton of advice out there about this whole first impression thing.
Oh, yeah. Tons of tips and tricks.
But we thought it'd be cool to dig into one specific source today, something that's gotten a lot of buzz online.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. What are we looking at?
So we found this script actually from a viral YouTube podcast that claims to have all these science-backed hacks for making people like you instantly.
Instantly. Huh. Well, that's a bold claim.
Right. It is. And they present everything super fast-paced,
Yep.
So what we're going to do is kind of break it all down and dive deeper into each of their points.
So sort of like separating the hype from the reality and seeing what actually holds up.
Exactly. We want to see what the science really says
Yeah.
and give our listeners some real actionable takeaways.
I like it. So what's the first hack that caught your eye?
Okay, so this first one is called the 2-second smile delay.
The 2-second smile delay. Okay. I'm intrigued.
So basically the idea is instead of smiling immediately when you make eye contact with someone,
Right.
you pause for like 2 seconds
You hold back the smile.
and then you let that smile appear. And the thinking behind it is it makes you seem more genuine.
So it's not that instant kind of plastered on smile.
Yeah, because sometimes when you smile right away, it can feel a little forced or automatic.
Right, like a reflex almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you wait just a bit, it's like you're actually reacting to the person you're seeing.
Like your smile is specifically for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. And the script even mentions something about brain scans.
They did. They had this graphic about a brain scan study.
Oh, wow. So they're bringing in the science.
They are, but unfortunately, they didn't give us the details of the study itself.
Okay, so a little bit of a teaser then.
Yeah, bit of a teaser.
Mm.
But the point they're making is that a delayed smile triggers a more positive response in the brain than an immediate one.
That makes sense if you think about it. A genuine smile is more than just turning up the corners of your mouth.
Right. It engages the whole face.
Exactly, like the eyes crinkle up at the corners. It's called a Duchenne smile.
Duchenne smile.
Yeah, and maybe that tiny pause gives those muscles time to react naturally.
Right. So it looks more authentic.
More sincere.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how such a small adjustment to our behavior can change how people perceive us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they didn't stop there. They actually suggested pairing the delayed smile with a slight head tilt.
A head tilt, so like tilting your head to the side a little?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Mm.
And apparently that subconsciously signals trust.
How so?
Well, when you tilt your head, you're kind of exposing your neck a bit.
Which is a vulnerable area.
Yeah. And the script was saying that this makes you appear more approachable and less threatening.
Like you're open and willing to let your guard down.
Exactly. And when you combine that with a genuine delayed smile, it creates a powerful combination.
So you're saying I should practice my delayed smile head tilt combo?
Well, the script actually suggested something even better. They said we should try a little demonstration.
Oh, a demo. Let's hear it.
Okay, so first I'm going to do a fast fake smile, like this.
Okay, got it. Fast and fake.
Now I'm going to do the delayed real smile. Ready?
Okay.
I'm
good.
watching. See the difference?
Yeah, I think I do. The delayed one felt much warmer somehow.
Right. It's subtle, but it makes a big difference.
And they said this technique works for all sorts of situations.
Yeah, dates, job interviews, even interactions with law enforcement.
Wow. They really think this is a universal hack.
They do. And I think they have a point. You always want to come across as genuine.
Absolutely. Regardless of the situation, sincerity can go a long way.
Okay, ready for hack number 2.
Hit me with it.
This one is called the foot turn test.
The foot turn test. This sounds interesting.
So this one's all about paying attention to people's feet, believe it or not.
Really? Their feet?
Yep. So the idea is that the direction someone's feet are pointing can tell you how engaged they are in the conversation.
Okay, I'm listening.
So if their toes are pointed towards you, that means they're present and interested.
Like they're fully there with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if their feet are pointed away, even if they're looking at you and nodding along,
That might mean they're not really into it.
right, it's like their feet are betraying their true feelings.
That's a curious idea. I can see how it might work. Sometimes our body language reveals more than we realize.
Exactly. And we don't always consciously control what our feet are doing.
Right. We tend to focus on our facial expressions and hand gestures.
So our feet can be a bit of a giveaway.
A subconscious sign of our true intentions.
The script even gave an example. They talked about a clip from a celebrity interview.
Oh, interesting. What happened?
So apparently the celebrity was saying all the right things,
Smiling and nodding.
But their feet were pointed towards the exit the whole time.
So, like, they were ready to bolt.
Exactly. And the script was saying that this showed how the celebrity really felt, even though they were trying to hide it.
I see. So it's like their feet were telling a different story.
And the pro tip they gave us is to angle our own feet towards the person we're talking to.
As a way to build rapport.
Exactly. It's a subtle way to show that you're engaged and interested.
And it plays into that whole mirroring thing, right?
Yeah, like when we subconsciously mimic someone's body language to create a connection.
Right. Like if someone leans forward, we tend to lean forward too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the same thing applies to foot direction. So next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to where your feet are pointed.
I will. And I'll try to point them in the right direction.
All right, on to hack number 3.
Okay, let's hear it.
This one's called the last 3 words trick.
The last 3 words trick. What is that?
So this is a technique for keeping conversations flowing smoothly.
Okay, I need help with that sometimes.
Well, this one's pretty simple. The idea is to listen closely to what someone's saying,
Right. Active listening.
and then repeat the last 3 words they said, but as a question.
Oh, I think I've heard of this.
It's a classic technique.
And it really works. It makes people feel heard.
It does. And it encourages them to keep talking.
So, like if someone says, I'm so tired from hiking yesterday,
You'd say hiking yesterday.
and then they'd probably launch into a story about their hike.
Exactly. And they wouldn't even feel like you were steering the conversation.
It just flows naturally.
And the script explained why this works. It's because you're mirroring their speech patterns.
So it creates a sense of connection.
Yeah, when you use their own words back to them, it makes their brain think, this person gets me.
And that builds rapport,
It's like a secret language of understanding.
subtly creating a bond.
Exactly.
Pretty clever.
All right, ready for hack number 4? This one's a bit more intriguing.
Ooh, lay it on me.
It's called the pupil dilation hack.
Pupil dilation. You mean like our eyes?
Yep. So apparently our pupils can give away how we're feeling, especially when it comes to attraction.
Really? So our eyes can betray our feelings.
It seems so. The first part of this hack is all about low light.
Low light, like in a dimly lit bar.
Exactly. Our pupils naturally get bigger in low light.
Right, to let in more light.
And the script was saying that this makes us appear more attractive to others.
Interesting. Is there any science behind that?
Well, think about it. Dilated pupils are associated with excitement and interest.
Right, like when we see something we like.
And those are also signs of attraction.
So dilated pupils could subconsciously signal that we're interested in someone.
Exactly. And historically, people have even used things like belladonna drops to dilate their pupils artificially.
Really? To make themselves more attractive?
Apparently so.
Huh.
It shows how powerful this subtle cue can be.
But what if you're not in a dimly lit bar?
Well, they had a trick for that too.
Yeah.
They said you can slightly squint your eyes.
Squinting. So like you're trying to see something far away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they claim that this can mimic the effect of dilated pupils even in photos.
I'm not sure how that would work scientifically.
Me neither. But they even cited a study where photos of celebrities with dilated pupils were rated as more attractive.
Oh, really? So they have some evidence to back up their claim?
Sort of. Again, they didn't give us all the details of the study.
But it's a fascinating idea. It makes you wonder how much our pupils influence how people perceive us.
Definitely. It's
Yeah.
like a secret language of the eyes.
Okay, I'm ready for the final hack. What's number 5?
This one is called the fake time pressure trust builder.
Fake time pressure. What's that all about?
So this is about asking for favors, effectively.
Everyone needs help with that sometimes.
So the trick is to start your request by acknowledging that the person is busy.
Right, like I know you're super busy.
Exactly. And then you assure them that what you need will only take a second.
So you're downplaying the time commitment.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
saying, this will just take 10 seconds.
So they don't feel like you're asking for too much.
Right. It makes them less likely to refuse.
I can see that. It's like you're respecting their time.
Yeah. And it makes the request seem less burdensome.
So they're more likely to say yes.
Exactly. And the script even mentioned a street experiment where they tested this out.
Oh, what happened?
They found that people were 3 times more likely to agree to a request when it was prefaced with that time pressure phrase.
3 times more likely. Wow, that's significant.
It is. And here's the really interesting part. It still worked, even if the favor ended up taking longer than the person initially promised.
Really? So even if it took more than 10 seconds
Yeah, it seems like that initial act of consideration created enough goodwill.
to make people more forgiving.
Exactly. It's like they already felt like you were respecting their time.
So they were willing to give you a little extra.
Pretty sneaky, right?
It is, but also kind of brilliant.
So there you have it. The 5 social hacks from this viral YouTube podcast.
The 2-second smile delay,
The foot turn test,
the last 3 words trick,
the pupil dilation hack.
and the fake time pressure trust builder
It's amazing how much these tiny little adjustments to our behavior.
can impact how we connect with others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what other subtle cues we might be sending without even realizing it.
Right. Like, what other hidden languages are we speaking with our bodies and our expressions?
That's a great question. And one that's worth pondering. It seems like there's a whole world of nonverbal communication out there.
Just waiting to be explored.
Exactly. So maybe the next time you're interacting with someone,
Pay attention to those little details.
the smiles, the feet, the pupils,
It might just reveal more than you think.
and who knows, you might even discover a few social hacks of your own.
Now that would be a real game changer.
It would. So keep your eyes open and your feet pointed in the right direction.
And don't forget to smile. After a 2-second pause, of course.